prep for Thanksgiving at Whole Foods Market. Save now on no antibiotics ever frozen whole turkey, just $1.49 a pound with Prime. Sales on brie and select seafood appetizers help get things started. For sides, go with wallet-happy favorites from 365 by Whole Foods Market. And finish with decadent desserts from the bakery. Or get your whole spread catered. Just order early. Get Thanksgiving ready at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means. It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop Black Friday week starting November 21st.
Atheists, agnostics, long-haired weirdos, short-haired weirdos, vandals, hooligans.
The government, hug the government, love the government, hug the government, love the government, hug the government.
Welcome to The Politics Guys, a place for bipartisan, rational, and civil debate on American politics and policy. I'm Trey Warndorf, a political scientist at Oklahoma Christian University, and I'm joined by Ken Katkin, a professor of law at Chase Law School. Ken, welcome to the Supporters Exclusive Midweek Show. And, of course, our Constitution show.
Yeah, it's great to be back, Trey.
It has been a few weeks since we have been on, and so and we haven't been together, and so we haven't had a chance to push forward. And so originally, we really conceived of our previous 14th Amendment episode and this 14th Amendment episode being very complementary and kind of coming out close together. But sometimes the best laid plans don't happen. And so I need to kind of get us up to speed. Ken and I were last time was we were taking a look at the 14th Amendment's, the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. But primarily we're taking a look at that in terms of race. And in the United States, that means primarily in relationships of African-American and Black communities. So what we need to start doing here this week, and what we're going to be exploring in this show, is going to be the idea of sex or gender. Because again, when you take a look at the 14th Amendment, it broadly guarantees that no state shall, quote, deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And over time, the big question is, well, who or what is included in that? And at the outset, as we talked about in terms of its ratification, race was definitively playing a role. But what about the idea of sex? And that change has changed over time. And that's something we're going to be taking a look at today. And so in terms of the Equal Protection Clause as it relates to sex discrimination, a lot of kind of cases hang on Craig v. Boren, which is where the court is going to establish kind of the initial standards for cases. And that's a really particularly fun case in some ways, Ken, because it's all about drinking and it has to do with Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
And right. So what happened in Oklahoma was effectively, and today we would think of this and we'd probably just be like, who even thought about doing this? But the deal is that Oklahoma allowed women purchase beer at the age of 18, while men had to wait until the age of 21.
What's up, guys? It's the champ, Sean O'Malley, here to talk to you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. Run your game on Prize Picks.
Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code SPOTIFY. That's code SPOTIFY on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
And Curtis Craig, a 20-year-old man, argued that this was a gender-based distinction, was discriminatory. Now, the other thing you might be thinking as a listener, you might say, well, isn't it 21 everywhere? Where did that change? That's actually a unique other portion of American law. It has to do with federal financing dollars. And so today, in order to get federal highway monies, states have to meet certain qualifications, and that includes things like speed limits, but it also includes alcohol. So this is before that really happened, or sometimes what we call fiscal federalism had really happened. And so Craig makes this appeal and says that. And as a matter of fact, the Supreme Court rules 7-2 that the law violates the protection clause of the 14th Amendment. And Brennan, who writes the majority, said just because men might be more likely than women to be involved in alcohol-related accidents, meaning with cars, doesn't justify or change the 14th Amendment's gender-based distinction. And it creates something unique, Ken, and I think we're going to really need you to go into this whole idea of different scrutiny levels for the 14th Amendment, or what they call in this intermediate scrutiny. So talk to us about scrutiny and Craig.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to. I wouldn't have started right with scrutiny, but I will since you asked. So
I'm sorry. I'm taking you down the wrong. This is what happens when you let the undergraduate professor try to set up what the grad professor is going to do. See? Yeah. So, but listen, just teach me along with everybody else.
Yeah. So let me just back up one short step back to the language of the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. So the clause, two things about it that are apparent. One is that when it was ratified in 1868, at the end of, at the aftermath of the Civil War, and in response to all the Jim Crow statutes that the former slave states were starting to enact, clearly the concept of equality that the framers and ratifiers of the 14th Amendment had in mind.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut Ken off right there, because this brings us to the end of our ad-supported preview of the Politics Guys exclusive midweek show. And I would love for you to not only hear the end of this 14th Amendment show, but to also have access to all of the Constitution shows that we do. But to do that, you're going to have to become a supporter of the Politics Guys. So let me tell you how. Head to patreon.com/politicsguys. And there you're going to see all the different levels of support. And at any level of support, you're going to be able to get our midweek supporters exclusive show. So head to patreon.com/politicsguys now and do that. If you'd like to support the show in a different way, we're on Venmo, where we're at Politics Guys. You can also support the show through PayPal. All of our support links are in the show notes, as well as on our website at politicsguys.com/support. If you'd like to get this show, but you're not in a financial position to support the podcast, hey, don't forget, you can always reach out to us at mail@politicsguys.com, and we can see what we can do. Whether you're a supporter or not, don't forget to rate this podcast if you've enjoyed it. And you can always reach us at mail@politicsguys.com with your questions. You can also get us on Facebook and X. You'll find all of those, you guessed it, in the show notes. The executive producers of the Politics Guys are Bruce Johnson, Wilma Moreno, Daniel Toe, Ryan Beasley, and Don Oglesby. We'll be back with a new full episode this weekend, and I hope you'll join us.
This podcast is part of the Democracy Group,